Welcome back to the Critical Lens Podcast, a podcast about all things film. We have a pretty big episode this week. We're going to be talking A24, but first we're going to talk about what we've been watching this week. So I'll start. I watched Red Eye, the 2000s Wes Craven movie with Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy. A pretty fun movie. It's not the best. It's a little bland. Yeah, I know that you're not a huge fan. I gave it a 3 stars. I thought it was mostly because I thought it was fun. I probably if it was a little bit more boring, and if the acting performances, which pretty carried by Cillian Murphy and Rachel McAdams, I'd say, like this movie in general, that their performances are the standout of the movie. And then everything from here on out are A24 movies. I've been watching a few, preparing for what we're going to be doing today. So I watched Locke, a movie that I've been meaning to watch for a while. It was good. That was a fun movie. I was a little worried that because I already kind of knew the premise of the film going in. I knew that the whole, if for those of you who don't know, the movie is completely set just in a car for the entire movie. It's just Tom Hardy in a car taking phone calls for an hour and 15 minutes. But it was good. I mean, Tom Hardy is one of the best actors of his generation. I think he's an incredible actor, and movies like this are very hit or miss. You kind of need, Jake Gyllenhaal is kind of known for doing movies like this where, it's like the whole movie is their performance, so it really requires a top tier actor for a role like this, and I think Tom Hardy pulls it off. He's great. I watched the last Black Man in San Francisco for the first time. Also a very good movie. I'm probably slightly lower on it than most people, but I still thought it was great. Oh, by the way, Locke I gave a 3.5. Last Black Man in San Francisco I gave a 4. And I watched Lady Bird this week. Another movie like Red Eye. I think I feel similar ways about those two movies. Lady Bird was decently fun, decently entertaining, but just nothing too special. Gave that a 3 stars as well. And then yesterday I watched Good Time, Safdie Brothers Good Time, and Under the Skin. Nice double feature there, and I loved both of those movies. 4 stars for both of them. Very, very good. Probably the two best movies I've watched this week. How about you?
Well, I was prepping for a little film called Spider-Man Brand New Day. So yep. I watched Tom Holland's Spider-Man trilogy. Every single one 3-star film. They're all just okay. They have their moments. They have their decent villains. I don't love them. I know you're a fan of, I think, Homecoming more than I am.
Yes.
But I think they're all just fine. They're fine. They're enjoyable. I'm higher on them than I was the last time I saw them, because I think that they've always been just okay. But they get a little better and better as time goes on. But yeah, I had to do that for prep work for a brand new day.
Yeah, I find that. I mean, I'm not like, my ratings on those movies are not drastically different than you. I have Homecoming at a 3.5, and then I have the other two at a 3, I believe. But I would give Homecoming, like, even though I only separate them by a half star, it's a pretty high 3.5 for Homecoming. I have Homecoming in like top 10 MCU movies, or at least borderline top 10 MCU movies. I think Homecoming's great. I have not seen Brand New Day yet. I actually see it tonight. So this could, I hope it changes, but as of now, I mean, in terms of live action Spider-Man movies, Homecoming is the best one since Toby, for me. So, yep,
So, yeah, so you get to see it tonight. Well, as of this recording, it's tonight. It is Sunday when we record, so you're seeing it tonight.
yep,
Can't wait to talk to you about that
yeah.
after
We'll
you
be
see
talking
it.
that we'll be talking that soon.
Yeah, but since we're on the topic of Marvel, Marvel had a very unfortunate, a mixed bag because Spider-Man is more of a Sony thing. Sony's going to reap more of the benefits. So Marvel has had to contend with the fact that cancellations are done. One, the Wonder Man show is not coming back for season 2. After they already said they were going to renew it, they've now canceled it. Unfortunate for everyone who liked that show. But the bigger story is that Blade, which was announced back in 2019, has been in development hell for 7 years, is now dead. Dead in the water. Kevin Feige said he felt like a gigantic loser because he couldn't get a Blade movie to
He
up and
should.
running.
Good. You are a gigantic loser. You are a gigantic loser. Probably the easiest movie that you can possibly make is a Blade movie. Like it's not that hard. You can make a Blade movie for $1 million. You could literally, it could have an obsession style, like it can have an obsession style budget. Like you can literally make this movie for dirt cheap. Like what's going on? You can spend like $500 million on some of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, but you can't make a Blade movie. You can't make a movie about a dude with some guns and some knives killing vampires. Like, what are we like? What it doesn't need to be this massive spectacle. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if I'm not sure the reasoning for it because I don't want to read the articles because honestly, I don't care what they have to say about it because whatever it is, it would probably piss me off. But my assumption is that the reason why it's been so hard for them to make this movie is because maybe they're trying to, they want to do something new. They don't want to just make it like the original movie, which I understand, even though the original movie is one of the best Marvel movies of all time. MCU or not, right? Just it's one of the best superhero movies of all time. Period. Comic book movies of all time. Period. Right? And I understand them not. They want to try and just make it distinctive. They don't want to make it too much like the '90s and 2000s ones. I understand that, but you don't need to I don't know what the plan it was the plan to sit there and try and add all these other things to it. Is the problem that they want to try and are they having a hard time connecting it to the MCU? Just make a cool Blade movie. We don't care if it's connected to the MCU. If you make a Blade movie that is quality, that is actually a really good movie, then people are not going to sit there and be like, well, you didn't do a good enough job adding Iron Man and Doctor Doom to the story to properly connect it to the shitty movies that you've been coming out with recently. So, actually, the movie doesn't quite work because it doesn't connect well enough to the Fantastic Four. Screw you. Just make a good movie. Just worry about making a good movie. You can make this Blade movie can be easily the most grounded movie that that the MCU has ever made. It can obviously I know that it's vampires and there is a certain sci-fi fantasy. There are fantasy elements to the story, but I mean we saw with Sinners just last year that Sinners is not a movie that that's still a pretty grounded story. There's nothing super crazy going on. I don't know the budget of that movie, but you don't need to make a Blade movie look as good as Sinners or have a production budget as big as Sinners. I don't know what the production budget on Sinners is. It was probably a decent amount, but you don't even need that. You don't even need that. Like, you need a few rooms and you know, and some fun effects for vampire, some fun vampire effects, and then you need a sick ass suit for Blade, which is literally just a trench. It's just a trench coat. It's a trench coat and some guns and some knives and some sick ass shades, and that's all you need. Like, what? Like, you can literally make a Blade move. Like, $1 million is maybe a stretch, but you can easily make it for less than 50. Like, easily, you can make a $10 million Blade movie that is that would probably be, if like, they can easily make this like one of the best movies that the MCU has come out with, like, since Phase 3 ended. Like, it should not be that hard to make a really cool, really fun Blade movie. It doesn't need to have Deadpool and all these cameos. Just like, it would be so easy to make to make a sick, dope ass Blade movie, and they just keep shelving it because probably I would assume that it has to be one of those two reasons, maybe even both, right? That I already mentioned, that either they're having a hard time connecting it to the other MCU projects, or they're having a hard time trying to find a story for Blade that hasn't already been told before. Which, I mean, Spider-Man just came out. It's the fucking 30th Spider-Man movie that's been made, and you didn't have any problem making that a fresh story. There's only been like 3 Blade movies, and they were all from 2 decades ago. Why is it so hard to come up with something slightly fresh? It's so irritating, because this has been my most anticipated MCU movie, or one of my I would say probably my most anticipated MCU movie, like, since it was announced. And they just can't make a grounded vampire hunter movie, and it would probably be one of the best movies in the MCU, even if it wasn't like as good as the original, or the first 2, I guess I should say. It's infuriating, because this movie, like, you're about to make a Ghost Rider movie that's going to need all these crazy flame, head on fire effects, and you probably spend hundreds of millions of dollars just on like production budget and CGI and all this shit. You don't even need that much CGI for a Blade movie. Like, this movie could cost nothing compared to the rest of the MCU. It should be the easiest movie in the world to make. And they're just not doing it. They're just like, no, actually, we would rather make a shitty Fantastic Four movie and make our 20th Spider-Man movie, rather than just make a cool Blade movie that would easily make its budget back, because the budget doesn't need to be that high. You don't even have to worry if their concern is it not making enough money or not pulling in enough box office. It wouldn't even have to pull in that much box office, because the budget doesn't need to be that high. Like,
You okay, man?
you know what? I just hope they make hopefully somebody makes like an animated Blade movie. Give us like a Spider-Verse style animated Blade movie. That would be so sick, dude. They should do that.
So is this a bad time?
Poor Mahershala Ali, man. Poor Mahershala Ali.
This is a bad time to mention.
He would have been such a cool Blade. He would have been so good.
This is a bad time to mention that there was a Blade video game in development as well, and that's also canned.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about this on the pod, that I'm not a huge video game guy, but even that would be cool. I don't know if
this is the closest you'll ever get to Blade, because it's dead.
Yeah.
It's just a stupid
Yeah.
Pac-Man 3D printed type thing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blade's gone. I was gonna talk about it, but I think your rant served enough of a purpose to worry about it.
Kevin
But
Feige, Kevin Feige, if you're listening, you're a hack. Make a Blade movie. It wouldn't. It would take 2 months to make. I could make a Blade movie in a week if I had the money that you had, in the resources that you had. I could make a Blade movie in like 2 days. Like it's like it should be like the one of the easiest characters to make a movie about. It's not a character that has had 15 movies and that you're like scrambling to come up with a new fresh idea. You don't have to put 20 different Avengers in it. You don't have to. Mahershala Ali isn't RDJ who's making $100 million, so like you don't have to pay the guy. It's not, like nothing about the movie should cost that much, should take that long to make, should like the post production and the effects. None of it would take nearly as long as any other movie in your universe, and it would probably be better than majority of the movies in your universe. It's a character that's more beloved than majority of the characters in your universe, at least before they were in your universe, right? You can make it. You're a coward. You're a coward and you're a hack.
you heard it here first. Kevin Feige's a coward because Blade got canned. But fun fact: Blade is not the only movie that is having some difficulties at the moment. See, a few years ago, there was this giant movie event. On the one hand, you had Christopher Nolan dropping Oppenheimer.
Yes.
And on the other hand, Greta Gerwig dropping Barbie. Both made a lot of money. Both changed movie events for a while now. And Barbie had talks of a sequel. Well, progress has made.
I thought you were about to say Spider-Man: Brand New Odyssey.
No.
Okay.
Barbie, the 1.3 billion dollar smash hit for Warner Brothers that helped Nolan's box office, by the way, for Oppenheimer. Getting a sequel, maybe. A little problem. Okay. That may not happen anymore. We have 4 months now, because it's August, to go. But Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, and I think Greta Gerwig are asking for some pretty high paydays. And it made 1.4 million, my bad. They're asking for some pretty big paydays.
Yeah.
And David Zaslav is like, hell no.
even though Ryan Gosling just was introduced to the MCU, where I'm sure I'll be making a damn good paycheck.
Yeah.
But
and
it's okay.
Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig are writing the script. Are ready to write the script.
Should have just made Ryan Gosling Blade.
But
whatever.
Like Ryan Gosling, who got Oscar nominated for playing Ken, by the way, wants to raise his pay to $20 million.
Yep.
And David Zaslav said no. So they have to negotiate, and they have till December, because if they don't make a deal by December, then what can happen is that Mattel can have another Barbie movie made at a different studio, but they can't use Ryan Gosling, they can't use Margot Robbie, they can't use any of the stars that were in that movie. It has to be it can't be a sequel to that Barbie film. It has to be a completely different, unique Barbie story. And I guarantee you that deal gets made before December. There's no way. I get not wanting to pay Ryan Gosling $20 million because
somebody else will.
Barbie was a hit, yes, but The Fall Guy wasn't. Blade Runner 2049 wasn't. And yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Blade Runner 2049 was 10 years ago, and it was a sequel to a movie that came out 40 years ago.
I know.
And it's not like I don't understand why they would be looking at that as like Ryan Gosling. Like I don't know why they'd be looking at Ryan Gosling as if he's not a box office draw. The Fall Guy, the Fall Guy is not some like big IP like Barbie, you know,
No, it is not.
and honestly, Blade Runner isn't nearly as big of an IP as Barbie either, and it doesn't have nearly the reach of ages and whatnot. Nobody's taken their 5-year-old daughter to go see Blade Runner 2049.
No, but it's still a.
They should, but they don't.
But Ryan Gosling and hasn't always been a box office draw. He's becoming one now because people finally realize how great he is. But we'll see. I pray they turn around and they get this deal done because Barbie 2 would be nice. Maybe he can go up against the next Christopher Nolan movie and help raise that box office as well.
Yep.
I kid. But yeah, I seriously don't want a Barbie 2. I think Barbie is fine on its own. But we're gonna get one because it made $1.4 billion, as you do in your sleep. So we'll see how that shapes out.
I haven't even seen the first one. Don't care to. If they come out with the second one, I won't see it either. I like Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie, but
Well,
for obvious reasons, it doesn't interest me.
I loved Barbie for what it was. I had a blast with it. Went dressed up as Alan, so had a good time. But
Yeah,
I don't know why you wouldn't make a sequel to a giant moneymaker. Unless that giant moneymaker is a movie directed by Christopher Nolan, like The Odyssey.
right. Sorry, doing it again.
The Odyssey has crossed over 900 million worldwide in 3 weeks.
Yep.
This film's gonna be.
It's at 900 million now.
911 million after this weekend.
Damn, I didn't hear about that. The last number I saw was like just under 7 or something like that.
3 weekends, it has now crossed the 900 million mark.
Wow.
And it held on pretty well this weekend, despite insane competition from a little dude named Spider-Man. And Spider-Man said, "Move out of my way."
Yeah.
We are witnessing.
Did the Spider-Man come out to play? Sorry. Go ahead.
We are witnessing an insane box office milestone. Not only is this weekend the highest grossing weekend of all time, not adjusted for inflation.
Yep.
But Spider-Man Brand New Day, I think this 255 is going to be a little higher when the actual numbers come in tomorrow on Monday.
Yep.
I think it's gonna have a bigger opening weekend than Endgame.
I know that I know projections are just a couple million shy. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited for it.
Now I've seen the movie. You're again seeing it as of this recording. You're gonna see it this night.
Yep.
I had a great time with it. I saw it twice. I never thought it would make this much money in one weekend. Dude, this is insane. And it's gonna hit almost 900 million for a global opening. It's at like 875 for a global opening. It will be at $1 billion before the next weekend starts. I think this could hit 2 billion when all is said and done.
I think it's going to at least get very close. Yeah, it'll at least get very close.
And
I think it'll be so 1.9 is what No Way Home did, right? Yeah, it'll probably at least get right up close to No Way Home. Insane.
But no IMAX. So you can't turn around and say, "Oh, IMAX ticket prices turn around." No IMAX for this. It was sure the Odyssey's third week, but it had the best diversity demos in terms of audience for a Spider-Man film better than No Way Home. It's only 2 million shy of Endgame. Theaters are
Yeah.
sold out everywhere. Dude, this is insanity. And
Hmm.
it's gonna make more money before, like, it's gonna make more profit, obviously, than any Marvel film in the last like 4 years. But it's gonna make
Right.
more money than all three Marvel releases from last year put together. That's like, it already did that basically in one weekend. We're
Yeah.
talking we're talking probably a $2 billion film if it has good legs, and the Odyssey is going to cross $1 billion. Box office is healthy for stuff that people care about, and I mean,
That's what happens when you take a big character and you actually make what I presume is a quality film. You
and
know,
it also helps to lift
it
other
makes money.
projects, like the Invite it has crossed $40 million, and it's rare for a film that small scale to do that. And I think it crossed 60 million. I think it made 10 times its budget. That's insane for the Invite. Good for the Invite. Love
Yeah,
that
I
movie.
want to. That's one I haven't seen yet either, but I'm very excited to.
And like this, and we've had $3 billion films already this year with Michael, with the Mario movie, and with Toy Story 5. We're about to get two new editions, and we haven't even
Yep.
hit September yet.
Yeah.
We're bound to have 1 to 2 more. Definitely Doomsday will be part of this
Oh,
group.
obviously, yeah. And then you're
So
thinking Dune.
it. I
Dune's
don't
not
think so.
Dune won't. But I hope.
Uh,
I mean, I
if
hope it
it
makes
does,
5 billion, but it won't.
if it does, it's because Marvel decided to release alongside it, so that's why. That's why if it does cross $1 billion, as someone who loves Dune, I will admit that Marvel helped it in the money department for this
Yeah.
weekend, even though it would have made bank on its own. If it crosses the $1 billion mark, it's because Marvel was released alongside it. But
Yep.
otherwise, what a weekend! Historic weekend. Hopefully whoever watches was part of the group that got to see Spider-Man Brand New Day with the crowd. Absolute blast. Can't wait to talk to you about it. We'll probably
Yeah.
turn around and put a video up at some point. But
Yeah. We'll either talk it. We'll probably talk about it tomorrow.
oh
Because
yeah,
by the time or tonight, either. I mean, by the time I get out of the theater tonight, it'll be, probably close to midnight. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. I
Spider-Man fans win
we haven't we
all the
haven't said
time.
we haven't said this in the pod, but I do know a little bit about it. Did we talk about it in our last episode? I don't think so.
I don't
About
think so. No.
the post credit scene I did see. Obviously I don't know the context of it because I haven't seen the
Mm-hmm.
movie, but I have seen the post credit scene, and there was something else about it that I knew that I was talking about yesterday, I think. I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, I know who that's what it is. I know the
Yep.
casting.
You know the casting. Yep.
I know who Sadie Sink is playing, but that's
Yep.
about it.
Yep.
Which the character that she's playing is already who I
Thought it was.
figured she was playing. So,
Yeah.
because it wouldn't have really made sense for her to be playing really anybody else, any of the other rumored characters. So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
And I am
Let's
excited
go
to talk about it
Spidey.
with you.
Let's go
Let's go,
Spidey.
Spidey. And next year we have Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Well, we possibly have Beyond the Spider-Verse.
They haven't moved it, so it's sticking there. They moved it a week earlier so they can have more IMAX time. I'm just saying.
We'll see. I'm very excited. Hey, listen, I'd be very excited for it, but we'll see.
Spider-Man fans, stay with me.
I have remained in the headspace just like the Batman Part 2. I have remained in the headspace of for the Batman Part 2 and Beyond the Spider-Verse. I'll believe it. I'll believe it's a real movie when I sit down in the theater and start watching it. Until then, I'm not getting my hopes up for either of those movies.
Okay, you do you.
Too many problems, too many pushbacks, too many issues. That but hey, I'm very very excited for both of them.
As am I. I'm excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse. I might see Brand New Day again. I don't know. We'll see how the legs are. If it hits over 2 billion with no IMAX, holy crap! But I mentioned the invite during this
Yep.
box office conversation, and the invite was distributed by A24. And since you have been watching a lot of A24, I've seen quite a bit of A24. You had the idea of doing an A24 tier list.
Are we talking? What's your mystery topic?
It was Barbie.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're
And we
good.
also didn't talk Wonder Man's cancellation as well.
I brought it up.
Oh, hey, my bad, man. My bad.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. I got my bases.
I haven't seen Wonder Man.
Neither have I.
I heard it was it has good ratings. It has good reviews. I'm sure it's a pretty good show, but clearly Marvel doesn't care about quality. So
and also nobody saw it. So A24, one of the biggest studios working now, went from indie to somewhat mainstream.
And probably the best studio working now. Very consistent.
Arguably, them and Neon are definitely the two competing factors right now.
Yep.
They have quite a bit of a catalog, and to celebrate the invite, I know you turned around and wanted to do an A24
and Backrooms. Backrooms. It's been a little bit since Backrooms, but also the Backrooms.
And Backrooms. So you figured, let us do an A24 tier list, and I said, sure, why not?
Tier list.
Now, this is gonna be the most heated debate.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about this. So I have seen. So the movies that are here are movies that at least one of us has seen. I have seen like 33 or so. You have seen just 28. a few less. Yeah, 28. So not every single movie here are movies that both of us have seen. Mm-hmm. Most of I would say a decent chunk of them are ones that both of us have seen. But we're just gonna rank all the ones that at least one of us has seen.
Yep, and should have no problems doing this whatsoever.
Yeah, we had there's at least a couple on here that we slightly differ on. So we'll see how this goes.
Yep. So just remove that. So let's get this party started. We have our tiers. We've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier.
I'm not even sure if we're gonna need all of those different tiers. We might be able to get rid of one of them. We might be able to get rid of E or something.
We'll see as we get going. But
yeah,
we do have a lot we haven't seen. So it's not a list of every A24 film.
A lot of but I will say a lot of the ones that we haven't seen are not very highly rated, not very popular, not very well renowned. I think we've done a good job watching a good chunk of the big ones, right? The ones that people would call the big dogs.
Yep. So let's get this party started. And first up, I already have director bias because Denis Villeneuve's Enemy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this is not a good place to start because we're starting at we're starting high. Like I might want depending on how loaded we want like the S tier.
I was gonna put an A.
I'm borderline S because it's in my top 5.
I think it's an A tier film. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. I think A tier is a perfect home for
it. Okay. All right.
I love it. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Also, I want to preface this before we start. We are we're putting them in the tier, like we're only comparing these to the rest of the A24 films. We're not So if we put something at S tier, we're not actually calling it an S tier movie. We're just calling it one of the best
A24.
We're just calling it one of the best A24. Yeah. And if we put it in F tier, It doesn't necessarily mean that it's
One
an
of the
awful
worst.
movie. It's just one of the worst A24 that we've seen. I want to preface that before I put one of Joe's favorite movies in F tier.
You can try. All right. So, Enemy A tier sounds about
Yeah,
right.
if you want to go A, I'm cool with that. I would be okay with S as well. But it's for me, it's borderline S. Yeah.
All right. Now we have Under the Skin, which I have not seen, but you have, as you mentioned at the beginning
Yes.
of the show. So, how are you
I
feeling about
will.
Under the Skin?
I will start by. I'll put it in B for now.
Oh, we got B
I
tier.
would say B. Well, I think as we put more of these, as we start to rank more of these, we can kind of start saying like, oh, okay, maybe that was a little too high for this, or that was a little too low for that. I'm gonna put it. I'll put it in B for now.
All right. B tier for Under the Skin. Next, we have Lock. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's a C tier movie.
I'm totally cool with C. I think that Under the Skin is clearly better. So yeah, I think C is perfect.
All right, next up
While
is
we're
another film
young.
While We're Young, a film you have seen and I have not. So,
Yep.
how are you feeling about While We're Young?
I really like it. I gave it a 4 star. I think I would probably put it in B with Under the Skin. I think I pretty recently, actually, not too long ago, went on like a Bombat kick and watched like 5 or 6 of his movies in a row. And so I've seen a decent chunk of his filmography now, and I really enjoyed like pretty much all of his films that I watched. So yeah, While We're Young, a favorite, an A24 favorite for me.
All right, next we have Ex Machina, another one I have not seen, but you have. So,
Yep.
Mr.
Ex
Trent.
Machina Ex Machina is another 4 star for me. I would great performances across the board. Oscar Isaac. I don't want to spoil too much about the movie. I'm not sure how much you know about it.
Very little.
Okay. I will just say Oscar Isaac, great job. I want to see more of that.
Okay.
Ex Machina, I will put in B tier as well. I give it a 4 star. I'd say it's right around the same level as While We're Young and Under the Skin.
Okay. Next we have The Witch.
The
Another one I have
Vivitch.
not seen. This is gonna be a streak of films I have not seen. You have
Oh,
seen The Witch. So
I thought you had seen The Witch. Okay.
no. How are
Okay.
you feeling about it?
Okay. So I have The Witch. A comparatively to what I've seen, I have it a decent amount lower than Enemy. Enemy, excuse me. But I'm gonna. I know we're chunking up the B tier, but I'm gonna say B as well. I'm gonna say top. I would, if we want to rank them, I would put it like top of B. If you want at the end or something, we can like try and rank them at the end or something, and
I'll
just
put
like
it top of
rank within the tiers. But yeah, I would say it's like top of B, or at least, yeah, close to top of B. It's like the Witch and Under the Skin are like literally in my A24 ranking. They're back to back. It's the Witch and then Under the Skin. So, yep,
Yep. And now next up is
Moonlight.
Moonlight. Best Picture winner, Moonlight. That I
Not
need to catch up
deservingly, but
on.
that's okay.
That I need to catch up on. So you, sir, have seen it. Again, a film I've not seen. How are you feeling about Moonlight?
Oh, oh, dude, I was excited for this argument because I could have sworn you've seen Moonlight.
No, I've told you I've not seen Moonlight.
Oh, yeah, because it's a movie that, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say, I hate to, we're gonna have to start. I don't want to just throw everything in B, but for what I've seen with A24, like majority of their films are like so consistently like high threes, like they're all like 3.5 or 4 stars, except for like a few that are lower than that and a few that are higher than that. So like everything is like my, if I'm looking at my A24 ranking, basically from like 10 to like 30 on my A24 ranking, all like 20-ish of those movies are not that far off in quality. Like I would put all of them, around like the B C range. But for now I'm gonna put Moonlight in B. And and we will have to change the order of that because
It's fine.
a little bit.
All right. Good Time.
Have you seen it?
No.
Ah, damn, dude. Okay.
I told you this is gonna be a streak. Just
All right.
I'll let you know when I've seen one.
I just watched Good Time. I talked about it in the beginning. For what we've been watching. I just watched it the other day, yesterday, and yeah, I thought it was great. I haven't seen Uncut Gems since around its release. Like it was probably early 2020 when I watched it. So I haven't seen it in a long time. But from what I remember about Uncut Gems, Good Time really basically just felt like Uncut Gems. Like they are very similar movies with, different, very different premises,
Yep.
but the tone and the pacing and the like, everyone talks about these movies as if they're like heart attacks of movies because they are just like super fast paced, go go go. They're high octane, like high pressure, high stakes movies that are like very like they get your blood flowing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they're very similar in that way. I really liked Good Time. I liked Good Time more than Uncut Gems from what I can remember from Uncut Gems. I would again put it in B. Um, yeah, we can rearrange these a bit obviously as we continue, but yeah, I would have it in B.
All right. The streak goes on a little bit longer because the
If you
killing of
want,
a
we can. If you want, we can. We don't have to do all of these in order. We can. If you
no,
want,
we're
do you
gonna
want to talk
no.
about Ladybird for a little bit?
Nah, I want you to do the killing of a sacred deer because it's one I've been tempted to watch for a little bit now. So I want to hear someone's thoughts on it. So please, the killing of a
Okay.
sacred deer.
I don't want to talk about Killing of a Sacred Deer. I'm just gonna also put it in B tier. Um,
Okay, that summarizes everything.
I
And
know
now
that
we move on.
I know this seems crazy, but like you look at, for me personally, all right, so we have 7 movies in B tier, right? All of them you have not seen. All of them I feel like genuinely like all of those movies are like around the same range for me. I think they are all 7 of those movies are like high 4, low 4.5 star films. I would give like they're all in that like high 4 star range. Um I think they're all yeah, I think they are all like B tier solid movies. Killing of a Sacred Deer is how can I explain that movie? It's a Yorgos Lanthimos movie. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like all of his other movies, it is a little weird, very A24 coded. Um it is a I guess it's a psychological thriller. Um like a lot of Yorgos's movies, I guess. Um and uh let's see, Nicole Kidman, and yeah, it's a very fun, that's a fun movie. Oh, and Joker, um Mr. Barry Keoghan, and
Mm-hmm.
he is not a very he he plays an integral part to the story, but he doesn't have a lot of screen time. He's
Okay.
basically I haven't seen The Killing of a Sacred Deer in a while, but if I am remembering correctly, he's basically just at the end of the movie. Like he's in the last like 5 or 10 minutes. There's like a big scene with him, that is pretty. I guess it's pretty integral to the story. Um, and yeah, it's a very entertaining movie. I think you would like it. It's pretty. It's weird. It's not like it's definitely not in terms of A24. It's they've had much weirder. It's not like The Witch weird, but it's yeah, it's a great movie.
All right. Next up, Lady Bird. I love Lady Bird. I think this
F.
movie's
No, I'm
honestly
kidding.
really good. No, it's no, 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 no,
No,
no,
no.
no. It's not
Um,
F. If it were up to me, this movie would be below Enemy, but still be in the A tier. I think this is a really well written, well acted. Greta Gerwig showing her chops. Um, Saoirse Ronan gives a really good performance. Laurie Metcalf gives a great performance. Even Timothy Chalamet, for the little few times he's there, gives a really good performance. Feel it's well rounded. It's not too long. It's pretty decently paced. I think Lady Bird. I would put Lady Bird in A. I know you're not high on Lady Bird.
I like I said before, I had a fun time watching it. I think. Um, every single character in the movie pretty much is a piece of shit human being. It's basically just like it's basically just a movie about like flawed, very flawed human beings for the most part. There's a couple people here and there that are not that aren't bad, but yeah, I mean every character pissed me off at least one. Pretty much every character pissed me off at least one time and did something that I was like that I didn't like. It's a bunch of just unlikable people in a movie that outside of that, like on the surface, is like just like a fun coming of age movie, and I would put it in D tier. I give it a 3 stars. I don't think it's bad by any means, but like I said, my lowest rated. I have one A24 movie that I have seen that is that I have given a bad rating to. For me, right, if a 2.5 star is average, right, is mid, right in the middle. Anything below a 2.5 is bad. Anything above a 2.5, or anything below a 2.5 is in the negative. Anything above a 2.5 is in the positive. I only have one A24 movie that is below a 2.5. I only have one A24 movie that's below a 3. But in if we're talking A24, we're just comparing these movies to the rest of A24. Lady Bird is my second lowest rate, or my third lowest rated A24 movie. So I would put it in D or F.
Well,
If
definitely
you
ain't
want to
going
put
in
it,
F.
I don't want it any higher than C. If you want to put it in C, I mean I if you can put it in B, I guess if you want, but it's like clearly worse than every movie
Well,
in B.
it's definitely better than Locke.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. Locke is just him in a car.
It is not better than Locke.
This is where I'm feeling as a
If
compromise.
you want to put it like lowest in B or highest in C, that's totally fine.
I'll leave it there for now.
I think it's clearly the worst movie we've talked about so far, but
No, Locke
yeah.
is. All right. First Reformed. All you.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen it. A. I'd put it in A. I think it's I'm very high on Enemy. I'm higher than most on Enemy. Actually, again, same situation with The Witch and Under the Skin. I'm looking at my list. I have Enemy and First Reformed are right back to back on my list, and they're both like very high on my ranking. Um, Incredible movie. Ethan Hawke gives an incredible performance. Paul Schrader. Um, it's a it is a movie that is it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like borderline a horror movie. The way that it's just the way that it's like just the way that it's crafted. The story, just the way that the story is crafted. It's like it is borderline a horror movie. Um, it is yeah. It's just it's very effective. Ethan Hawke gives an incredible performance. One of the best Ethan Hawke performances I've seen, and Ethan Hawke is an incredible actor. I mean, I would put it. There's maybe only a couple Ethan Hawke performances that I would put above it.
Okay.
Very very good movie.
Next, next up, Hereditary, Ari Aster's debut. I am very fine with putting this in the A tier.
Oh, you're not going S with this,
I am not going S with it. I don't think it's an S tier movie.
dude.
I think it's on the same level as Enemy.
Well, no, it's not an S tier movie, but again, we're not ranking this. Like, I don't give Hereditary a 5 stars, but it's my second highest rated A24 movie, and my number.
I still don't think it belongs in the S tier, bro. It's not like a high echelon of A24. It's a great horror movie, but I give it A.
Where do you have it in your where? I need to know where you have this in your A24 ranking.
I don't have an A24 ranking set up on any list or anything.
Would you have it in your? Oh man, dude, would you have it in the top 5?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. If you want to put it in A, that's fine, but that's horrific. It's the best movie.
This is the easiest A I could ever give for a film. Like
I think it's the best movie we've talked about so far, but that's okay. It's my second highest rated. It's my number 2 A24 movie, and my number 1 you haven't seen. So, out of the ones you've seen, out of the ones we've both seen, it's my highest rated A24 movie.
All right. Do you want me to save your breath and do one that I've seen that you haven't? Because you've been talking an awful lot because of the long stretch I haven't seen, or do you want to keep going?
No, you can move on because I could talk about Climax for the next 5 days. I mean, it's like,
okay,
yeah.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
We'll come back to Climax.
All right. Well, then next.
Because I'm about anyway.
Next is The Last Black Man in San Francisco. I have not seen that. You have.
Oh yeah, I forgot you haven't seen that. Okay, on my ranking, on my A24 ranking, it is right below While We're Young. So I would have it right in the mid of B. I actually have Good Time above While We're Young, but that's okay. We'll do the rankings and whatnot after. Last Black Man in San Francisco, another recent watch for me. I thought it was very good. I thought it was very entertaining. I was hoping for a little more. I got once I got to like the second half of the movie. I was kind of found myself thinking like, yeah, this is great, but like the way people talk about this movie, I was kind of like, I was waiting for like that moment, that made me go like, damn, like this thing is like an amazing movie, and I never really got that. It was just like very solid, very good, all throughout. Never had that like moment of like wow of like of it wowing me. So great movie. Jonathan Majors, do we talk about him? He's an incredible actor. I need to watch more of his films. I've only seen a few. But wow, man. He's such an incredible actor.
Okay. Now we'll do Climax. Make it short. Where do you have Climax in the ranking?
In my ranking, I have Hereditary at 2 and I have Climax at 3. So I want it also in S. But yeah. All right, cool, sweet. Yeah, Climax, this movie makes me climax. It's amazing. It's like it is, man, A24 is just so good at making these just like incredibly thrilling, incredibly like fast paced, just it is it's like, I mean, if you've seen you know, for those of you who've seen the movie, it, quite literally is like crack in a bottle. It's just like it's insane. Um, I don't know how much you want me to spoil about the movie. Basically, I'll give you a small premise that
Nope.
just that you don't want anything.
Nope. The fact that you have it in your
Okay,
top three is enough for me.
it is like an insane sensory experience. The colors and it and the music is so good, and like everything about it is just like it's so good. It's just like a shot of adrenaline of a movie, and it is very, very good. Not the most like uplifting movie. It is very like, I'm sure it's a very like eye-opening movie for probably a lot of people who have seen it. But yeah, I think it's so good.
All right. Midsummer.
Oh, by the way, we haven't talked like star rating for all of these movies. Climax, 4.5 star for me. Everything in the A tier and the S tier for me is a 4.5. But anyway, Midsommar.
I'm not. I don't use my star rating for this because, like Locke, I have it a 3, so it's about the middle of the road. So
Yeah.
I literally am just going. What A24 films do I think are the best of the best from A24? Great, pretty good, mid, bad, don't ever touch it again. Stuff like that. That's the way I'm viewing it. So like Midsummer, right? Midsummer, I would also put in A tier. I think it's great. I think Midsummer I'm slightly higher on than Hereditary. I found it a little
Yeah,
more interesting. I found it
I
a little more.
that is something that people have said before, is that I have heard the take of, people saying that Midsommar is better than Hereditary. Those people are like slightly stupid, but Midsommar is a good. It's a great movie. I would put it in the B tier. Um, if you want to put it bottom of A, that's fine. But I do not want it above Hereditary because it's. I think Hereditary is a tier above Midsommar. Um, yeah.
All right, and now we go to Robert Eggers yet again with The
Robert Eggers,
Lighthouse.
matey.
You've seen
Um,
The Lighthouse. How would you rate? Where would you put The Lighthouse in this tier list?
let's see. I have the Lighthouse below First Reformed, below Enemy, below Climax, and below Hereditary. But other than those four, it's it's my fifth highest movie we've talked about so far. So I would say A tier. If you want to put it below Midsommar, that's fine. Just know that when you watch it, it is better than Midsommar.
Okay. All right.
No, I would actually say that The Lighthouse and Midsommar are actually like pretty similar in quality. I would, I think, I think it's neck and neck with The Witch. I have it like slightly higher than The Witch. I think that's a good spot for it.
All right, we hit the Safties up yet again with Uncut Gems.
A movie that I have not seen in like 6 years, 6.5 years. Um, I'm totally fine with literally just putting it right next to Good Time.
Works for
I
me.
would, for what I remember, I think I would probably, from what I remember about Uncut Gems, I would probably slightly edge Good Time, but I think they're like pretty close in quality.
All right, next up, me, the Saint Maud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there. C tier. It's a fine movie. When I watched it the first time, I thought it was good. Reflecting back on it, it's just okay. It's a really weird. Doesn't really do much. Just kind of exists, and you're just left watching whatever you're watching. Lead performance was good. I'll say that. But I think that it could have been quite a bit better. So I'm gonna leave it in C tier. Keeping up with the train. Minari. Have you seen Minari?
I have not. I have
Okay.
the next movie on this list that I have seen is Everything Everywhere All at Once. So
Okay.
the next three will be just you.
Okay. So Minari for me. I think Minari's so good, dude.
I've heard it's Stephen Yun, right? I've heard Stephen Yun
Stephen
is
Yoon is so
or
good.
Yun. I don't know
And
how you
then
pronounce it.
I want to pronounce the actress that plays the grandmother's name right. So give me a second.
Yep. I have heard
Because
I've heard good things. I don't really know anything about the premise. Um, but the next three movies are all movies that I do really want to watch. I have the X Pearl Maxine trilogy on my
mm-hmm,
horror watch list for this October, so I will be
mm-hmm.
watching them, but in the next couple months. Um, yeah.
But Yoon Jung. I hope I pronounced that right. She plays the grandmother in that movie. She's also remarkable. She won the Oscar, well deserved. This movie is absolute magic. Um, it reminds it reminds me of Train Dreams. Sometimes.
Oh, I love Train Dreams.
Well,
So
and the
that's a
vibe
good
you get
sign.
from and the vibe you get from it, the like that kind of vibe. It's just about a Korean family and their struggles they go through in everyday life as a Korean immigrant family, and I think it's beautiful. Korean, right? I better not have just turned around and said the wrong Korean American family. Yeah, they moved to an Arkansas farm and they face challenges with their new life, and I think that it's executed incredibly well. So definitely putting that in A tier. The Green Knight. Um, my memory's a little fuzzier on this. I remember being
Okay.
captivated by the cinematography. I think
These came
that
out these came out in the same year, right? Green Knight and Minari are 2021, I believe.
I think Green Knight is the year after.
Okay.
The Green Knight is a well crafted movie. I think Dev Patel, when he's not putting himself in films like Monkey Man, I think he delivers really good work. I find
Sound of
the
Metal's great. I Sound of Metal I think might be the only Dev Patel movie I've seen. And
Dev Patel
I really
is
liked
Dev
that. He was
Patel
great in that.
is Dev Patel on Sound of Music?
No, I said Sound of Metal.
Sound of Metal? Is Dev Patel's not in Sound of Metal? That's Riz Ahmed.
Oh, my bad. I always get those two mixed up. That's my bad.
All right. Anyways, yeah, Dev Patel, really good in the Green Knight. I think it's a really well crafted film. Um, some people might find it slow. I don't. I think the story that's based off of, the legend it's based off of, is pretty good. I don't think it's I don't think it's a level of up here, but I do think it belongs right in here. So I'm gonna
Okay.
put it in the B tier.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. Yeah, I want to see The Green Knight. I've heard it's great.
X. High B.
Okay.
Very high B. I love slashers are my bread and butter when it comes to horror. I love a good slasher, and I think the idea of giving it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre style feel of a '70s slasher mixed with mixed with the style of a porn shoot was was just a great idea. I think that Mia Goth
Boogie Nights horror movie. That sounds cool.
Mia Goth is incredible.
Yep.
Jen Ortega has an iconic frame that you can use as like reaction gifs a lot. But
I've
I
seen a lot
found
of I've seen a lot of clips from this trilogy. I believe it's probably X, where it's the scene where Mia Goth is like screaming, and she's like yelling and ranting it, and she's outside. I can't remember what she says, but she's like very mad. I guess that's all I can say.
But really, a really great slasher. I love this movie a lot. I think it rules. I think Ty West did a knockout job with it. So there, high up in B tier, it shall go. And now comes the I think what will probably be the hottest debate because everything everywhere all at once is in my top echelons of A24. I think the editing is chaotic and fun. I think the performances are absolutely stellar. I think the story is hectic and entertaining and moving. And as you get further on in the movie, I think that there is not one there's not one thing I can say about everything everywhere all at once that I dislike. Everything about that movie just clicks and it goes at a breakneck. It goes at such a weird, chaotic pace, and it takes you on a wild journey. It's got heart and very good humor. Um, Shout out to Stephanie Shu, who seems to have not gotten as much work as I wanted her to off of this. She was incredible,
Is she the?
and
Does she play the daughter, like the teenage
she's the
daughter?
daughter. She's the
Yeah,
daughter.
I.
Yep.
She was the only character in the movie that I found completely insufferable. I hated her, but I think I
Michelle
was
Yeoh.
but I think I was kind of supposed to. I think you're supposed to kind of hate her. Like she's kind of seems like she should be in Lady Bird because she's just like a really unlikable human being. She's actually basically Lady Bird. She's kind of just like an annoying teenager.
But Michelle Yeoh got to turn around and actually, I think she said this is the first time she really got to like just truly act, and she killed it. Ki Hoi Kwan, big return to Hollywood,
I love
nails
you,
it.
Kike Kwan.
Jamie Lee
Michelle,
Curtis knocks her role out of the park. Oscar win. That's a debate for another day. But
yeah, this movie shouldn't have won any Oscars other than like cinematography.
it deserved all. No, it did not deserve all of them, but it did deserve a good number of them, a great number of them. And
I
I
would
think that it's it's so good, dude. The third act just gets me in the feels every time, no matter how many times I watch it.
I would have it in C. I don't think I give it a 3.5. I think it's a good movie. I think it's like a pretty good movie. Um,
So I would have it here, and you'd
yeah.
have it here. So then the
Well,
compromise would
hold
either be
on,
here or here.
dude. Oh my God, you're not gonna put it above. Oh man, don't do that to me.
That's not. Hold on. Let me just put it. I'm not actually. We're not leaving it here, but I'm just gonna place
I
it there for now.
I
We can debate
really
this out.
I don't want it in A. It's nowhere close to any of the movies in A.
Well, it's better than all these, in my opinion. But I know you don't think it's better than any of these. It's
It's
definitely
not
better
even
than a few
it's
of
not
these.
even close to like half the movies in B, but I'm okay with B. It's better than Lady Bird. That's
Just
fine.
gonna
It's
place
it's
it there.
Good Time is way better, but that's okay.
I would have it here. You'd have it here. We
That's
compromise
fine.
here.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
That's fine.
all
That's
right.
fine.
Next up, what do
As
we got?
at least it's below Under the Skin because Under the Skin is way better.
Marcel the Shell with shoes on. You haven't seen this, have you?
Have not. It was one of the, I made a little watch list for this past week because we
Yep.
were going to be doing this ranking and I just tried to add all of like the biggest ones I hadn't seen. Marcel was one of the ones I didn't have enough time to get to.
Okay. I'm putting it in S tier. It's one of my top A24 films. One of the best animated films I've ever seen. Um, the its ability to convey to handle grief and finding family, and is just so pure and innocent and just again emotional. I find Marcel to be absolutely charming. I think that how it's just how it's a one inch shell navigating the real world with trying to find his family is great. Um, I saw this in the theater with my sister and my cousin.
Yep.
From frame one to end was just bawling my eyes out whether it was from joy, whether it was from the emotional moments that hit really hard, especially what was going on around that time. And then,
There is not an emotional moment that hits hard in this movie, but it's okay.
well, you haven't
Oh,
seen it.
I'm sorry. I was still thinking about everything ever all at once. I'm
No,
sorry.
Marcel the Shell.
I'm still thinking like, man, dude, that movie's not that great. Go
And
ahead.
there's an emotional moment and everything everywhere towards the third act. We're not talking about that anymore. But
I'm
Marcel the
sorry.
Shell with
I
shoes
was
on.
still thinking about everything everywhere.
Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
Yep.
Absolutely, very. It's gonna hold a place in my heart forever, especially because I got to just experience that tidal wave of emotion as the change from smiling and crying to just crying, and the various degrees of my mental state changing as the story progresses, and just Marcel being the greatest little character ever. Jenny Slate voices Marcel. She does an incredible job.
I don't know who that
That
is.
I gotta put it in S. I'd be doing it a disservice if I didn't put it in S tier. It's an S tier A24 movie for me, easily. Now,
Cute little mushroom or whatever it is.
just a 1 inch shell with a little pair of shoes on. That's all
Oh,
it is.
okay.
And now we go from that to bodies. Have you
I
seen
want to
that?
say, I want to say really quick. I but I've seen a clip of this movie where they're all like in. It looks like a summer house or something. They're in like a cottage or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're all
Yep.
sitting around, hanging out, having like a little game night or whatever. And that's all. That's literally the only thing I know about this movie. And is James Franco in it?
No.
Is there somebody who? Oh, it's fucking Pete
Pete
Davidson. That's who it
Davidson.
is. Yeah, my bad.
Okay. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not bottom of the barrel garbage. There's still moments that I find funny, but Jesus criminy, this film, the reveal at the end was insufferable, and then a majority of the film is just spent with characters that I found to be annoying, even if there were funny moments throughout. And I think I'm gonna put it in D. I think I'm gonna put it in D tier. I This film just pisses me off sometimes. And the more I think about it, I'm just like, why? Why? I
Hmm.
still have it a positive rating because there's still good things about it. I remember walking out still enjoying it. But
Yeah.
compared to like everything else, down here.
All right.
Again, like murder mystery type thing is up my alley, and it's that. So yeah, no.
Yeah,
Now,
for that reason alone, because you're right. As soon as you said that, it reminded me that I did know it was like a murder mystery kind of thing. That does intrigue
mhm.
me, and yeah. So I'm sure I'm interested in watching it. I'll watch it at some point.
I
Um,
was intrigued by it too. It looked like a funny Gen Z murder mystery, and it ended up being something that, while I found funny, and there were moments that I'm engaged, it just, compared to every other movie on this list, it belongs in D tier. It's not an F tier movie. It's not like horrid. It's just like, I'm not putting it in the same realm as Locke. It's worse than Locke. It definitely doesn't touch any of these. But
mhm.
okay, Pearl, because my my journey with Pearl is hilarious. Because the first time I saw it 2 times in theaters. The first time I saw it, I blacked out during the first half, saw the second half, can remember it clearly. And the second time I saw it, I watched the first half clearly, blacked out during the second half. So I've
Yeah,
seen the whole
I
movie.
remember you were drinking a lot that night.
I was not drinking, but I've seen the movie just two different parts the wrong way. But from everything I remember, because I want to sit down and watch this in full. Everything I remember, Mia Goth is so good in Pearl. So big
Yeah.
driving force. I love her so much. It's the best. It's my opinion the best of the trilogy. It doesn't reach this level though. Maybe upon rewatch it does, but I'm keeping it in the B tier. Not there. There. B tier seems like a great place to keep Pearl. I think that's where it will sit for now. But
Okay.
Pearl in the B tier. And now you take the floor because next up
I can't tell what it is. Oh,
is
it's the best
After
A24
Sun.
movie. It's the best A24 movie. There it is. Okay, clearly the best A24 movie. Yeah, this movie is a masterpiece. Um, it is one of the best. Not only is it the best A24 movie, it is one of the best movies of the decade. It's in my top 5 movies of the last 6 years of film. Um, uh, you need to watch it because you will love it. I would be utterly shocked if you do not give it at least like a 4.5. You will probably give it a 5. It is, and it's. I don't even want to say anything. Like it's just so good. Paul Mescal is perfect for these roles. I feel like I'm slightly happy that he would. Yes, it's an S tier. It's the best movie on this list, and it's the best movie that we're going to rank in general. Um, it's yeah, it's a what was I gonna, oh, I was going to talk about Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal, I'm happy that he wasn't just typecast for roles like this. But it seemed but like it seems just kind of like where he should be. It kind of just seems like his bread and butter. Movies similar to this. Um it's such an incredible movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's probably in my top. It's definitely in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. It just such a good movie. Talk about bawling your eyes out. Oh my god. Um,
All right.
Such a good movie.
All right. And now, have you seen The Whale?
I have not.
Okay.
It looks fun though.
I would not describe this movie as fun. Um,
Oh, it's not.
Sadie Sink's pretty good in it. Speaking of Sadie Sink, she does a pretty good job in there. Hong Chow is great in it. Brendan Fraser, though, absolutely great performance in a year where Best Actor was a tough field. Um, he does a really good job. Darren Aronofsky. I know a lot of people hate this movie or don't really care for it. I love it. I think the message of I think what its message is and its character journey was very interesting. Was very could be emotional at some points. I think that they absolutely nailed it. Happy that Brendan Fraser won. Um, I think that this film's criminally underappreciated, and I'm sticking it in B tier. Sticking it in
All
B.
right.
And now we go to Beau is Afraid.
I'm so excited for the next few after Beau is Afraid.
Okay.
I have not seen Beau is Afraid. Um, yeah.
Beau is Afraid. Okay, look. I'm gonna be real with you. Seen it once. Weirdest movie I think I've ever seen. Maybe. There's a few that are weird. That are just as weird. 3 hours long. I don't think it needs to be. Joaquin Phoenix um is good. I don't think he's amazing in it. I think the cinematography and the production design are stellar. It's so fucking weird. I
Yeah.
I was left feeling weirded out. It's not a film I think I'd ever want to touch again. I think I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's not bad. It's just too weird for me to put it any higher. And I think C tier is where I'm gonna stick it. I don't probably not the best line to say after talking about that movie, but you know. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I mean Joaquin Phoenix is an incredible actor. I mean, he's been in another movie that I think is one of the best movies of the last 10 years. And if he's anything if he's as good in Beau is Afraid as he is in, you know, You Were Never Really Here, Joker, as terrible of a movie that is, um, he has a great performance. You know, Joaquin Phoenix is an incredible actor. So I'm excited to watch it. I probably would have already watched Beau is Afraid and Eddington by now if they weren't both like over 2.5 hours to 3 hours long. Um, I am intrigued by Beau is Afraid, and it honestly movies like that are like very controversial. Some people think it's fantastic. Some people think it's god awful. Those kinds of movies are like do intrigue me to watch. You know, like you want to see where you know where you land on it. So I'm excited for it.
All right.
I'm
Now,
also excited for to talk about a bad movie. Let's talk about Past Lives.
not a bad movie. Oh boy, here we go. Never mind.
It
This is the one that's going to get the most heated. Hold on. Let me just. Okay. Look, everybody wants to turn around, wants to diss on past lives because
whoa 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 whoa
it's
whoa whoa
simplistic
whoa 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 whoa
love
whoa
story.
whoa 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 whoa
I'm
whoa 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 whoa.
sorry. It works
First
incredibly well. This
first
movie
off,
is absolute magic. Celine Song wrote a really good movie, directed it really well. Cinematography is beautiful. Performances are great. I've seen it. I saw it twice in theaters. Had the same emotional reaction both times. This movie is magic. People need to appreciate it for what it is. More people hate on it by the day. It's disrespectful to it. It's a great debut. I would have it up there, but I know for a fact I'm not going to get it where I want it. So I have to now hand the floor to you, Mister. Does not like this movie.
okay. Well, first of all, you said that people hate on it. It has very good, very positive reviews. I'm sure there are people that hate on it that are smart and understand that this movie is incredibly stupid. I want to say it looks fantastic. The cinematography is incredible. It carries the shit out of this movie. It looks very good. The premise of the movie is just utterly stupid. Um, these two people that were childhood friends like 20 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever, and then like they randomly like find each other online or something. You have to catch me up because I saw it in theaters. I haven't seen it since. It's been like 3 years. So they meet back up like online and they start like FaceTiming and they have this like weird connection to each other, even though they haven't they hung out like what they hung out at a park when they were kids at like 6 years old or something and haven't seen each other since. In that now 10, 15 or 20 years later, they all of a sudden remember each other from because they played at a park with each other 20 years ago, and then B, now they're like, oh my god, I remember you, and then they just like immediately like fall back in love. It's like the dumbest premise for a movie. I like I if I was on social media and was like and like came across this person that like I talked to a couple times 15 years ago, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, like I'm like it. There's no way they would even remember each other. Like it's not. I don't know. The movie is just so dumb. It looks very good. It's a very well made movie. The script just if you all you would have to do is just slightly tweak the script a little bit and flesh out their upbringing of a relationship and blossoming of a relationship throughout the years. If they just change the story to like be more of a like a realistic like help me with the words here. If they would if they just helped if it was if they just did a better job fleshing out their trajectory of a relationship, it would be a much better movie. But it is utterly the it's just utterly stupid. It's a beautiful looking movie that is just utterly dumb. I think it is my lowest rated A24 movie. It's my only A24 movie that I have as a negative rating. I give it a 2 stars. It's probably a borderline 2.5 because it's not a terrible movie. It's just utterly stupid. And I would put it in the F tier because it is my lowest rated A24 movie.
Well, it's not going enough.
It's going in C or something, yeah.
C is the compromise zone here. It shouldn't be the compromise zone, but it is the compromise.
I want to say really quick, should we just get rid of F tier because are we going to even put anything in F?
I might.
Because like my lowest rated movie just got put into C tier. Is there anything that you have seen that I haven't that you think is an F tier movie?
For A24, yeah, there's one.
Okay, all right. Well, then we'll keep the F tier then. It's fine.
There's. All right. Next up on our list. I'm gonna take the screen for a minute. This wonderful horror film right here from Australian YouTubers, the Filippo brothers, Danny and Michael. Holy debut. Sophia Wilde, incredible here, right? And I think that it's pretty obvious where this has to go, in my opinion.
It's S.
Did you just say F?
S.
Oh. You know what?
No, it's not S. I'm sorry. If you want to put it in S, that's totally fine.
I wasn't gonna put it in S. I was gonna put it in A. I think it's above a bunch of the A movies in the B tier. I think it's an A tier. I think it belongs in the A tier. I think it's a very creative, very unique, very well acted, well directed. You can't tell it's a debut. They feel like they've done this before, and that's
Bring Her Back feels like the debut, and then they made Talk to Me After and actually made like a great movie.
Disagree.
But instead, oh, also, can I just bring up really quick? Maybe we'll talk about this more, I guess, as we get to Bring Her Back. Do you know that Bring Her Back has a higher average rating on Letterboxd than Talk to Me?
That doesn't surprise me.
It is. Talk to Me is by it is so much better. It's not even close. Like Talk to Me, I okay. So looking at the ranking, I have Enemy and First Reformed right above Talk to Me. On my ranking, it goes Enemy is my number 5, First Reformed is my number 6, Talk to Me is my number 7. You can put it wherever you want as long as it's on the A tier. Because that's exactly where I would put it. I think Talk to Me is like so incredible. I rewatched it recently for only my second time. I saw it in theaters. I thought it was great. Wasn't like blown away by it, but I thought it was great. And then I rewatched it, maybe like a month or two ago, and I was like, holy crap, how did I like I just like I went from like, yeah, it's like a great horror movie to like, no, this is like one of the best horror movies in a while. It might be my highest rated horror movie of the decade so far. Probably number 2 behind Sinners. Other than Sinners, I can't think of another horror movie from this decade that I think is better. I think it's incredible. I think it's a 4.5-star film. I think it's incredible.
It's a great movie. I don't have it rated as high as you. I think I only have it at a 4, but it's still incredible. Really well done. Next, The Zone of Interest. I would be putting this in A tier for the sound design alone. I think the best part about The Zone of Interest is it's very haunting. It's a very haunting film for what you don't see, and I think that's remarkable. I think watching having the experience of dealing with the Holocaust from the perspective of a German military man that's just right outside of Auschwitz. So you're just left with the haunting sounds and horrors that are happening on the other side of the wall through sound. I think is incredibly genius. I would have this an A for that alone.
I would have it in B. I think it's a. I give it a 4 star. If you want to put it in A, that's fine. Because like, there's not many. I would put it around the same level as most of the other movies in B. Like, I don't think it's like I don't think it's like. I think it's close enough to it to the A that I don't mind. Um, I was like slightly disappointed in this movie because when I watched it, when I was gearing up to watch it, I was like, I was hoping that I was going to be like 5 star masterpiece. I was like really excited to watch the movie, and everything you said about it is correct. My issue is that this is a movie that gets talked about a decent amount, right? This is a movie that gets talked about a decent amount, and the only thing that I ever hear people talk about is stuff that isn't going on the screen. I think the fact that everybody that I've heard talk about the movies say that the stuff going on, the fact that the sound of what we don't see is more interesting than the things that we're actually there to see makes me a little disappointed because I think that I don't it is a great movie. I give it a 4 stars, but I don't think it is as interesting of a movie without the sound design of what is going on outside.
Okay. We got we've been doing this for a while now. We got to pick up the pace a tiny bit. So let's
Yeah,
go
okay.
to the Iron Claw with Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White. Devastating third act. I think the movie's great. I would put it. I will only go high B, low A, even though personally I would put it in S because that's just me. But I don't know where you would put it.
I'd put it in B.
All right, high B we go. All right,
I
Civil
mean,
War.
half the movies in B are better than it, but that's okay.
All right, Civil War. Have you seen it?
C. Yeah, I think it's good. I give it a 3.5. I'd put it in C.
Yeah,
I think it's
this is
the
great.
I've seen 3 of the 5 movies in C, and I think it's the best of the movies I've seen in C. I think it's better than Locke, and it's way fucking better than Past Lives. It's a good movie. Solid 3.5.
All right, I saw the TV Glow. I know you haven't seen it.
Have
I
not seen it.
saw it twice in theaters. Um, yeah, A tier for me. A tier for me. I think it's a very compelling movie that got to me. Um, there's not much I can say that's without diving into its purpose. So I'm just gonna say that I loved it. Saw it twice in theaters. Loved it more the second time around. Putting it in A tier. That's all I got.
You can talk about it. I'm not going to rain on your parade.
It's a trans. It's an allegory for transgenderism, and I think that the film does a great job showing the struggle. As someone who does not is not transgender, I can only imagine this film encapsulates the struggle of how transgender people feel as they live their lives in the body they don't see as theirs. What that does to them mentally, how freeing it can be when they get out of it, or how they're forever stuck having to be someone that they're not. It is so good. I now I want to see it again. I want to watch it for a third time, so I might do that after this. I've spoken its praises enough. Maxine, what a disappointment this was. Bodies has issues. It still had positive things from it, even though it's below everything in C tier. Maxine is an absolute waste of time. As much as I like Mia Goth, as much as the movie itself is not, it's not like bottom of the barrel, but compared to what it was part of a trilogy of with X and Pearl, this is a complete disappointment. I walked out of that theater going, that's how they're ending it. That's how they're ending this trilogy. I felt lackluster. It didn't feel as engaging. It didn't feel as fun. I mean, Kevin Bacon was good in it, and Bobby Cannavale was good in it, but I just think that this is a disappointing end to what could have been a really good trilogy. This, and by A24 standards, it should have been better than a bodies. But unfortunately, I think they fumbled the ball. Some people agree with me. Some people really like it, but I'm on the side of this was a disappointment. It's not horrible, but for what it was what it could have been, yeah, straight down the F tier. The one F tier movie I would have in this list for now. It could change upon a rewatch, but I'm keeping it there for now. I think it's just. I'm not
I
dealing with
hope
Maxine.
I hope I like all. I hope I like all three of them. I know that Maxine is the one that is like people love X. That I think for the most part people love X. They love Pearl, and then Maxine is kind of like the big dip.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I enjoy all three.
I hope so too.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with
Open mind.
positive. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with an open mind, positive thoughts on all three.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
I'm excited for them.
Sing Sing.
S.
This caught me by surprise. Where'd you put
Sorry,
it?
go ahead.
No, where did you put it?
Oh, I would put it in S. I have it. It's my number 4 ranked. I think it's incredible. I give it a 4.5. I would put it. I would have it below After Sun and Climax. My top 5 A24 is After Sun, Hereditary, Climax, and then Sing Sing. So
I'm
I
willing to put it in S solely for the fact that it's a film that caught me off guard and is better than I think I probably rated it. I rated it a 4, and I probably, if I rewatched it, I rate it higher. Incredibly well written. Coleman Domingo, absolute gem of an actor, and the fact that it's the actual prisoners acting as having to act as themselves, an incredible job. Clarence Macklin should have been Oscar nominated, but
a real
unfortunately,
under the skin moment. You haven't seen it,
just,
but so I
no.
can't. But
But Sing
yeah.
Sing, what a film! What a incredibly well acted, well written film. I'm so happy that I'm willing to put it in S.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I don't have it at like a 5 star. I think it is like a lower 4.5 star film. But yeah, I think it's incredible, and everything that you said about it, I agree with. I think it's Coleman Domingo is fantastic in it. I think it's one of the only Coleman Domingo's movies I've seen. I've seen The Running Man, and he's like fun in that movie. But
Mm-hmm.
like this is like yeah. This makes me excited for continuing to watch Coleman Domingo. I think it's so good. His performance specifically is like so good.
Yeah, so
So
good.
good.
All right, we've got A Different Man.
Um I would go high C, low B.
We'll go B. We'll go B tier for that one. I think Sebastian Stan does incredible work. I am blanking on the name of the supporting actor. I believe his first name's Adam.
Oh, can I
He
also say I don't
Adam
want to
Pearson.
I'm not going to
Very good
spoil too
screen.
much. Adam Pearson is in Under the Skin.
That's awesome.
If
Yeah,
that
Adam
makes you
Pearson.
like if in like a I will say I feel really bad for the guy because I've only seen him in A Different Man and Under the Skin. And he's been in like a few other movies. I feel like his whole thing like every time he's in a movie, I feel like it's just like he's playing like the role of like, wow, this guy is like not very good looking, but he's so like. But if you go, like his character is always used as like a see past what's on the outside kind of thing, and I feel like it's so disrespectful to him. And like I know he does. I was reading after I watched Under the Skin. I was reading up about him, and he does a lot of like does a lot of work outside of like acting, doing like I don't know if it's like charity work, but doing a lot of work for like uh for lack of a better term, like deformed people. Um so like I'm sure that he's totally like I'm sure he wants to kind of be that guy in the movies because like it seems like a lot of what he does is about that. Um but it also kind of like it's kind of crappy. It's kind of shitty that like he's always just like used as that. But he is a very good actor though. Like both movies that I've seen him in, he's very good at that role. So
Yep. So B tier it goes. Next
yep.
up, we live in time.
Would put it like right next to A Different Man. Like I would go like high C, low B. Um, yeah, that's okay.
I would put it C. I think this movie's overrated. I think it's fine. Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. I love them both, but I think the script just lets them down a little bit.
Yeah. Saw it in theaters when it came out. Haven't seen it since. Really enjoyed uh Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh in the movie. I think their chemistry was like like was very very good, and I think that kind of obviously because of the whole movie is just basically the two of them. So their chemistry being as effective and as good as it is really like what makes the movie kind of what would have made or broke make or break the movie kind of thing. Um, and I think it's a good movie. I think it's like a borderline great movie. I understand what you're saying with some minor issues with the script maybe. I think that they could have done I think they could have done some things a little better, but I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it.
All right. Heretic. I have not seen it. I believe you have. So where would you
No, I
place it?
haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
I thought we put it in because you had seen it.
No, I thought you had seen it. All right. Well,
No,
give
I
me a
haven't.
moment. Give me a moment as it climbs the totem pole all the way up to. I thought you had seen it, so I left it there. All right. Moving on.
It's all good.
Queer.
We're about to go on a stretch of movies that I have not seen.
Me.
The next movie on here that I've seen is Warfare. So
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
giving you the
Okay.
floor.
So queer. C. Daniel Craig, Andrew Starkey do good, but I think that it's. I think of the two Luca Guadagnino movies released that year, Challengers and Queer. Queer is the inferior one. I think Challengers is superior. Challengers is more engaging, feels more electric, more fun, and has, in my opinion, more interesting characters. Daniel Craig does good work. Drew Starkey does good work, but I don't really buy into their romance at all, and I just it was fine. Um, I'm gonna hold off on the brutalist for just a second. Baby Girl. I'm putting high C. Uh, Harris Dickinson. Is he okay? Because this is I don't know what he's doing here. Nicole Kidman having to play a CEO that just turns around and is like and just acts like a baby girl to this dude. I'm like, what am I watching? It's a very erotic film, and I wouldn't say very erotic, but it has its erotic moments. And at the end, I was just like, it's fine. It's a fine film. Nicole Kidman is, Nicole Kidman.
I'm sure it's a lot of fun to watch. It may not be a great movie, but I'm interested in watching it. I remember when it came out, I was planning on seeing it in the theater, but I didn't really want to sit next to Ty and watch that movie because I already knew what it was going to be.
All right. You stated earlier for you that After Sun was the best A24 film that we would be talking about. For me, it's The Brutalist. 3.5 hours long, and for me, I didn't feel it. They have a built-in intermission and everything, and I didn't feel the length whatsoever. Absolute masterclass in directing, in cinematography, in score, and acting from Adrian Brody,
And
who
AI use, incredible AI use, right?
they okay. They use a
I'm dude,
tool.
I'm just messing with you. You can do whatever you want. I'm just messing with you. I have zero interest in
The
watching the
AI
movie.
use everyone complains about is minimal to nothing.
I
Everyone's
know,
throwing
I
these
know,
at it
I
about
know,
nothing. The
I know, I
Brutalist is
know.
an absolute triumph in small scale filmmaking. The fact that this was made for $10 million is insane to me. Guy Pearce should have won the Oscar. Adrian Brody deserved the Oscar he won. I keep turning around and having to I'll dance back and forth on it, and then I'll rewatch a clip of The Brutalist, and I'm like, oh yeah, Adrian Brody deserved the win. This was incredible. It was a 3.5 hour epic that was both small and large in scale, and I think it was an absolute sensation. I think it deserved every accolade it got. It was remarkable, and I got to see it on an IMAX screen, so time just perfect. Death of a Unicorn. It's fun. It's a fun time. Um, Not like outstanding great, but I have a blast with it. It's a fun movie. Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd are fun. Will Poulter's hilarious. It's a fun time. What can I say? That's all I really have for it. Warfare.
Um, high B, low A for me. I think it's
I will go
very,
high B.
I actually, so I saw it in the theater,
Yep.
loved it, gave it, like a high 4 stars. Um, when, went on vacation this past summer, a couple months ago, to my grandparents, to see my grandparents, and I showed them this movie because I thought, maybe they would love it. They didn't love it. They didn't love it as much as I do, but they really enjoyed it. Um, it's a I think it's like an extremely effective movie. Again, we're talking about multiple movies here. Again, same thing with Under the Skin and with what you said about where is it? I don't remember what the other movie was. But take using actors that oh wait, hold on. Am I wrong about this? My bad. Using guys that aren't actually actors in the movie. Am I wrong?
No, that's not Warfare. Warfare, it's filled with
Okay.
actors. There's no
My bad,
real.
my bad, my bad, my bad. Never mind. I was because I was thinking about the post credit scene where they go through all the different people that they were playing. That's my bad. Anyway, yeah, I think it's incredibly effective. Talk about sound design, incredible. Yeah, I think it's a very very good movie.
As do I. Okay. The Legend of Ochi. It's cute, but it's
I
a one
haven't seen
time
it.
watch. It's a one time watch, and I think that's all you really need from it. It's a cute little film. I'd say it's just okay. The best story I have about this movie is that it was a mystery movie. So me and my cousin sat down, we watched it, and the guy next to me, who was like mumbling to himself, complaining, ruffling around his seat, didn't seem like he was having a good time.
Yeah.
The movie ends, and the credits always start with directed by, and the guy that directed this was called Isaiah. His name was Isaiah Saxons. And so the
Okay.
guy to my left just goes, Isaiah Saxons, nice. And I looked at my cousin, and I'm like, he's saying this like he knows the dude.
Yeah.
The way he said it,
Oh,
like he
Isaiah
knows.
directed this.
He's like, oh, Isaiah did this. I didn't know Isaiah did this. I think I talked to Isaiah about him doing this. I'm
Yeah.
like, he's talking like he
I gotta
knows
call
this
him up.
person. It's a cute film, but it's not like anything like these. So it's
It's
really
probably like Marcel. It's probably like Marcel the Shell.
no. Marcel the Shell is a lot better. All right,
Yeah.
Friendship.
Dude, I speaking of talking about a cute movie, dude, I love this movie. This movie's so goddamn funny. Yeah, I absolutely adore it. Um, I'd put it in like B, but like I think it's I if we're just talking about like pure entertainment, dude, this is like S. Like I love this movie.
All right, Bring Her Back.
Oh, have you seen
I
you haven't have you seen Friendship?
no,
Oh, dude, I thought you'd seen it. My bad.
no.
Okay. Yeah,
Bring Her.
it's if you know the guy, the not Paul Rudd, but the other guy, right? I'm trying to think of his name.
Yes, Tim
He's
Robinson.
yeah, Tim Robinson, thank you. Dude, he's so funny. Do you like his comedy?
I haven't seen his comedy, so I can't know if I like his comedy.
Oh,
So
okay, my bad. I don't know if it'll totally be for you. It's kind of like a dry humor sort of thing, but
we'll see.
I'll send you some clips after. It's
Right.
so funny.
Bring Her Back. I know you're a little more on
Um,
this than me. I loved it.
yeah,
That's
I would
me,
put it in D.
and I would put it low A, high B. So we'll have to do low B, high C.
Yeah, go ahead. B is getting
Um,
kind of stacked, so if you want to throw it in high C, but it's up to you.
I guess.
It's up
I
to you.
guess.
Go ahead. It's fine.
I live here. All right.
I give it.
Materialist.
I give Bring Her Back a 3 star. I
I give
think
it a
it's
4.
like so much worse than Talk to Me. Um, it's like a it's like a I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like so dull. It's just like it it does all the things that like a shocking over like elevate it does everything that like one of those like elevated horror movies would do, or like big grandiose shocking movies, but just like the plot and the premise is just so much more dull and less interesting than a lot of those other ones. It's a movie that is made like a Hereditary or like a you know like those types of movies, but I just think that like the characters and everything about the actual content is so much less interesting than those other movies. Um, anyway, I haven't
Anyway,
seen Materialist.
I put in C.
Yep.
I think it's a step down from past lives. I know you'll turn around and I don't know how you'll perceive that. But I think Dakota Johnson, eh. Chris Evans was fine. Pedro Pascal was fine.
They threw a bunch of
Jeff
bad actors in a movie and said, let's make a great movie with a bunch of like mid actors."
I think that the problem was that I think that
I'm
the
sorry, Chris
chemistry
Evans
didn't
is
really
good.
work. I don't think the chemistry entirely worked with this triangle. I get what the movie was trying to go for about not desiring someone based on material needs, but rather who they are as a person. It just didn't. It just, like
I like
it's
that
fine.
premise.
I still rated it decently. I still rated it decently
I
well.
didn't know that that's what the movie was about, but I like that.
Yeah. But I get what the movie was going for. I might need to rewatch it, but I think it's a step down from past lives, at least for me. So next to it in C tier, it will go. Sorry, baby.
God, what a movie. Love it. Um, yeah, Sorry Baby's like awesome, dude. Eva Victor, I'm so excited for your future. I think I watched this like right around the same time as I watched The Ballad of Wallace Island, and those two movies back to back just felt like so similar. I actually watched this, Train Dreams, and The Ballad of Wallace Island probably within the span of like a couple weeks, and I was like, these are just like they all give off the same vibe and energy, and I give them all 4 stars. I just think they're all like very good. They're just very good movies. Sorry Baby. Yeah, I'm. Let's see. I think it's worse than Warfare, but it's better than Friendship. But I also think Warfare is better than Iron Claw. So yeah, that's good there. It's fine. High
All
B.
right. Next up, The Smashing Machine. You seen it?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to be honest here. Okay. It's going to be a harsh reality for some people. Maybe.
But The Rock, he had a serious performance.
And he does good. Not great. He does good. It's the best. It's the best acting he's ever done. I know how that's gonna sound, but it is.
You
I
got to
only
watch
want.
Fast Five.
I've seen all those Fast and Furious movies.
I'm sure he's better
Anyways,
in Fast Five. I'm not gonna lie. That movie's peak.
and Emily Blunt does good. It's just I didn't really care. It's not this like outstanding film that like Benny Safdie. Speaking of the Safdie brothers, they split up. This is the one Benny Safdie did, and then Josh Safdie did a different one that we're going to
That we're
talk
about to
about
talk
very
about.
soon. Yeah, that we're going to talk about very soon. But I think Benny Safdie's film is just okay. I don't think that it has like some unique like style or like some secret sauce that makes it better. I think the script is just okay. Yeah, it's whatever. I can't even tell. I can't even hum you out to the score. I think it's just. I think it's for A24 standards. It's down here.
Isn't that so
It's
sad?
better than these
Isn't
two
that so
films.
sad that they were like, and it's probably it's honestly kind of like a Coen Brothers situation, possibly. I haven't seen like any of the Coen Brothers movies that they've done solo, but doesn't that suck that they did a couple movies together that everyone is like, great movie, and then they split off, and it's like everyone's like, well, maybe we know which of the two brothers is maybe a little bit more talented of a director.
No. Is it bad that they split up? Yes, but we'll talk about the other film that the Safdie brother did after. Then
Yeah.
it will make me turn around and be like, yeah, no, they can split up if they want. If I had legs, I'd
But I
kick
will
you.
say, one of them had Timothy Chalamet, the other one had The Rock. So I mean, like, can we? Is that totally on the Safdie brothers? Like, that might have more to do with who they were working with. Sorry. Anyway,
Let's speed run these last few. If I had legs, I'd kick you.
B, great movie. I'd put it right around where we just put Sorry Baby.
I would put it in here, so we'll keep it.
Oh,
low.
you've seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's sting.
Uh,
Dude, it is so much better than. Stop. Can you at least put it above Bring Her Back, please? That movie's so clearly better than Bring Her Back.
I was just putting it in the tier. So,
Okay.
All right. Eternity.
Dude, it's so better than Lady Bird.
Love it. I really enjoyed Eternity. Eternity's pretty good. I'll put it. I don't want to keep everything. I'll keep it only because the beast seems so crowded. But I like Eternity quite a bit. Better than I think it's better than almost every film in this tier. I think Elizabeth Olsen rules. Callum Turner, Miles Teller rule. Yeah, I'm upping it to low B. This movie just has a nice little charm to it that just makes it better. Miles Teller, entertaining. Callum Turner, entertaining. Part of the I should be James Bond pitch is that James Bond needs to be sexy, and he can swing the pants off of anybody. It seems like, so we'll see. But I like Eternity. I'm gonna put it there. Marty Supreme.
Hey.
See, I would put it in here.
That's fine.
I would put it in here. Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's an amazing movie. And Timothy Chalamet is he's next up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely electric. Breakneck pace. You never get a chance to take a breath. Timothy Chalamet, arguably his best performance in a movie. Arguably, I think it's dynamite. How to Make a Killing. I think this one is just me.
Yep. And yeah, I've seen the last two. I haven't seen these two.
How to Make a Killing, C tier. Glenn Powell, charisma for days. Margaret Qualley is just okay. Story, is fine. It's just it doesn't go above what it could have been. So C tier.
It looks like a fun movie. It looks like something I'd enjoy.
It's fun. It's a fun time. Undertone D tier. Debatably close to F.
Damn, that stinks.
My issue with Undertone is an issue I have with a lot of horror films. The premise is so good, they can't execute it at all.
It seems like a premise that like it seems like a premise. I know the premise of the movie, and it seems like a premise that like if you think about it for like you hear it and you're like, wow, that sounds cool, and then you take like one more second to think about it, and you're like, wait a second, there's so many horror movies with a similar premise to this that are the biggest pieces of dog shit. Like,
Like the isolation aspect where she's alone in her home and listening to these audio recordings, and it's like how and like the haunting she's experiencing because all the paranormal stuff. Like that's a cool premise. It doesn't get executed well because you don't really care. It's so it's so upsetting when
I
a
will
horror movie
say,
does that.
it does sound a lot like Hush, which I don't think you've seen.
I have not.
The premise sounds pretty similar to Hush, and Hush is a great movie.
All
So
right,
maybe I'll really like it.
we got the drama.
You want me to
And
go
I was
first? Or you want to go first? Because you already have it too high.
it it's fine.
It's
I think Robert Pattinson and Zendaya are really good. The issue is that the movie wants to tackle such a complex question, and with this approach, I don't think they do it good enough. And also, Alana Haim's character is so fucking awful.
I
Either one of here works for me.
I personally think Robert Pattinson carries the living shit out of this movie. I think Zendaya is like not bad. Like I think she's okay, but which is how I feel about her in like every other movie that she's in. She's just not like that great of an actress, and Robert Pattinson is like maybe the best actor of his generation. And it's a movie that again, similar to Past Lives, it's like this could be a really good movie. The script just the script just makes it like there's just so many there are some dumb parts about this movie.
Well, I know
There,
what they were going for. I know what the question, like the big question they're asking. I understand. It's just that the approach they took, they didn't do a good enough job. They didn't have the proper conversations. They kind of just did surface
exactly, it's just
level.
like
It's
Past Lives.
annoying.
Exactly, just like
So,
Past Lives. Like it has the both potential to be very good movies. You make some tweaks in the script, and they would probably be actually really good movies. I give the
like,
drama like a 2.5. I think it's like fine.
and like both of them are so good, and it's just they're just wasted with that script. So, C or D, I don't care.
You can
It's
put it in
better than
C. You can put it in C.
any.
It's fine.
It's better than any of these films. So, all right, and last one, the back rooms.
Um, I give it a 3.5. I think that it's a movie that when I first saw it, I was like, I gave it a 3.5. I was like, it's a good movie, very entertaining. But I was like, there's some issues with the script. I was hoping that it was going to be a little scarier. Actually, I was hoping it was going to be a lot scarier based off the game, which I know that the guy who directed it isn't the guy who did the games. I know the games are a separate thing from separate people, but I was hoping it was going to be much scarier. But then I watched it weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I probably watched like a month ago, maybe over a month ago at this point. And I think about it like every day. I can't get the movie out of my head. I don't know why. It is stuck. Backrooms and Obsession have both stuck with me so much. Like I still think about both of those movies like every single day. Like it's not a great movie. I'm totally fine with you putting it at the top of C. Um, but I don't know for some reason, just like the more and more I think about it, I'm like, dude, this movie's actually kind of great. It's an extremely effective movie at just like it just really like something like the way it was made. It's almost like if Truman Show was like a horror movie. It's like it has that like sterile fake environment feeling, it's very like Truman Showy, which I actually never even thought of until just now when I was trying to think about how to further describe it. Have you seen Truman Show?
No,
Oh, okay, my bad.
no.
Did I just
Here's
spoil Truman Show for you? I'm really sorry.
no, you haven't. All right,
Okay.
here's my issue with the backrooms. Right. Once again, we get into another movie where the premise is so fascinating, but the screenwriter can't execute it properly. And this isn't Kane Parsons' fault. He didn't write the script, someone else did.
Yeah.
Don't get that
Yeah.
screenwriter. He's getting a new screenwriter. Please work very closely with them, Kane. Please. And also,
Yep.
this movie can build suspense like it's no tomorrow. He has no problem doing that. Paying
Yeah.
off the suspense that you're building is a whole different game, and he is not able
Yeah.
to play it yet. And the
Yeah.
third act, that final chase sequence is so garbage, so anticlimactic, so lame, so horribly paced. I was just like, I'm not like, if this is supposed to be scary, it's
Yeah,
not.
I can see that though. I liked it, but I at the same time, you're right. Like I left the theater being like, I really wish that like there was a bigger payoff for all this. Like if you like I if you watch the videos and you play the video game, it's like this movie could have been so fucking scary. And it was not scary, and Obsession was scarier than Backrooms, and Obsession is just about it's just about a girl. It's just about a girl who's like who whines a lot, like, and it was scarier than Backrooms.
That's a horrible description of Obsession. But I will say this.
I love Obsession. Obviously, I'm very high on Obsession. I think Obsession is clearly better than Backrooms. I was trying to prove a point that like a movie like Obsession with that premise, that movie being scarier than Backrooms, that which is a movie that should be much scarier than it is what I meant. Is what I meant by that.
All right, I'm gonna make myself full screen for a second, just for a second, because I need to get this point across. Okay, I have the spoiler thing up there because I'm going to talk specifics about this stupid chase. When you have this is for Backrooms, so when you have a a big chase sequence, you know what you don't do. You don't have the easiest door to access. First of all, the door is on the ceiling, but the stairs are right there, so you can go up to it. You I'm so done with this tired, absolutely unimaginative, never works, never clicks ever. This, oh my god, I can't get the door open, even though it's already perfectly unlocked and easy to open. How can I access this door when they're about to get me? As the monster is barely able to break down the easiest door to break down in the history of monster breaking down door stuff. And then she's like, and then right as she's about to break the door, oh my god, I got the door open. No, you turn around. If you want an effective chase sequence, you need to have it be tense and fast paced. You need to make it feel like there's risk involved. I didn't feel risk whatsoever during this chase, and the fact that that's how I felt is not good and not a very good reflection on the chase sequence at play. Not to mention the fact that the ending after that chase sequence is so I don't care. Everything else was so interesting and fascinating, and then the rest of the movie just happens, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got to say about Backrooms. But,
No, I get it and I understand. I just something about it has really stuck with me. And every complaint about the movie, I understand. I think it would have been way more effective if it was made. Obviously, we know what happened. Kane Parsons, when he started making the movie, he was like 19. Like obviously, if Kane Parsons was able to just make the movie that I'm sure he wanted to make, it probably would have been much more similar to the YouTube series, and it would have been probably much scarier, much more effective of a horror movie. It wouldn't have had like the kind of like silly elements. Like I feel like the final part of it where we see where we finally see Captain what's his name? Captain
Captain
what?
Clark.
No, yeah, Captain Clark. Like I feel like that it wasn't scary. Like it was scary in the sense of like, when she's running from him and then the smoke all comes out and then she turns around and it's right there. That's a big, that was like the only like kind of like jump scare in the movie, I guess. And it was, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it would have been way more effective if it was just like if they had done like a straight up just like found footage like the YouTube series. I just think it would have been a way. I think they could have made this like way more effective for what the Backrooms is, But because he put it into a studio and there's all these other people and they're looking at him and he's like some young kid and who doesn't have any like filmmaking experience, like professional filmmaking experience. He they probably saw him and was like, they probably didn't have a whole lot of trust that he'd be able to make like a very good film. Which might have been, which maybe was the case. Maybe if it was just him making it, maybe it wouldn't have. Maybe it still would have also had its own problems. It probably would have been much different problems than what the movie ended up having. But I'm sure it still would have had its own lapses and whatnot. But at the same time, I still think that I would have preferred it just be more of like a straight up, much more like how everybody knows the Backrooms as opposed to like, I liked the therapy stuff and all that, but like none of it was needed. We did not need the backstory of any of these characters. We did not like take somebody, plop them in the Backrooms, and experience the Backrooms. The entire film, from beginning to end, could have been in the Backrooms, and it probably would have been better, and it probably would have been scarier. And if they did utilize the found footage aspect of it, but they could have used it for the entire movie. The entire movie could have been in this old 90s style filmmaking. They could have made it very like guerrilla. Made it like guerrilla, basically like guerrilla filmmaking, and just made it would have been so much cooler of a horror experience and of a Backrooms experience. I think the movie is like a lot of it's a lot of fun. But it could have been so much better than what it was.
All right, that wraps up the tier list. So just to quickly summarize, in F tier we have Maxine. In D tier is The Smashing Machine, Bodies, 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 The Legend of Ochi and Undertone. C tier is Backrooms, How to Make a Killing, Baby Girl, Death of a Unicorn, Beau's Afraid, Locke, We Live in Time, Saint Maud, Past Lives, Materialist, Civil War, Queer, and the Drama. B tier is Eternity, Bring Her Back, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, A Different Man, Lady Bird, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, Moonlight, Ex Machina, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, While We're Young, Uncut Gems, Good Time, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Under the Skin, The Green Knight, The Witch, The Whale, Friendship, Pearl, Sorry Baby, X, Warfare, and the Iron Claw. A tier is I Saw the TV Glow, The Zone of Interest, Midsummer, The Lighthouse, Hereditary, Minari, Talk to Me, First Reformed and Enemy. In the top tier, S tier, we got The Brutalist, After Sun, Climax, Marcel the Shell, Mario Supreme, and Sing Sing. And that is the tier list.
Holy yeah, if we had a little bit more time, I would have liked us to be able to rearrange the tiers rearrange the films in the tiers a little bit better, but we've kind of run out of time. We've actually kind of gone over time a little bit. So
we got over, all right.
Yeah, a little bit.
With that concludes today's episode of the Critical Lens podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Be film lovers, not film haters. Until next time, bye-bye.
Later, dudes.